This has been off the road for 16 years. We're gonna try to get it running today. Electrical issues is the potential story behind it. Let's get started. Come on, Chief, let's go this way. We gotta work on a car. What do you guys think of that tow bar? Is that something that you would drive with that down the road? It's kind of interesting looking. I think it's pretty sweet, actually. This is a W100 variety truck. Baja AT wide track. Tires actually look pretty cool if they were new or good. This thing used to be a crane service truck, and it was a one owner truck since 1976 all the way up to 3 or 4 years ago, I think, if I'm remembering right. These have kind of seen their better days. That could be bent back if you wanted to keep them on there. One thing that's kind of neat with this truck here is it's got the dual exhaust, and this looks like it was put on. Then in here you got a little hidden gas tank. I haven't opened this up. We haven't done anything to this but haul it home. Encouraging sign underneath this truck is it's not all rusted out. Surface rust, that's about it. Everything else looks really good. Obviously we got some rust here in the body. That's expected, but underneath looks really, really clean. The shocks aren't leaking, nothing. You can see there's a big difference. Back here you got lots of space. Up here, not so much. They took the spring and they inverted it. The top has got the surface rust. Looks pretty solid to me. Look at this, the dome light. I won't go in there quite yet. It's got the trim on the door and on the fender there. Doesn't have it on the back here. Got the old license plate, and then we got the really old license plate. 16 years since it was licensed. Did not run when parked. I'd like to say it's just gonna be something simple. I wanna work on these because I get away from the electrical issues, but this one having an electrical issue. Whoo-da. Is this gonna work? Oh, so close, except for the windows not going down. Otherwise, it was good. Door panels on these are small. This one's in good shape. Excellent shape, actually. You got the chrome. Both the doors open okay. This window comes down. Got our Dodge trucks. Then here you can see where they had electrical issues. We've got a Napa coil. We got an old negative cable. This is actually in good shape. Must not have used it. Got the keys. Battery's not existent. We bring you in here for just a little closer look. We got a light bulb. Chrysler Corporation required maintenance and warranty. Here's the glove box. Those just usually hang. Yep, right here. A little discolored, but again, you got all the foam, so that's nice. A little cracked up. Bottom of the glove box is gone. This is all deteriorated. This is your vents up in here. You got some sort of jumpage going on. I'm just gonna disconnect both of these. It's the Adventurer. That's pretty neat. Four-wheel drive right here. You got low lock, low, neutral, high, and high lock. Just gonna leave that in place. You got the Midland. It's on channel 1. Hey, look at this. They're mounted right there. We are definitely gonna use this. Let's just dive right into the scary part. All right, well, here it is. Boy, we're getting into it. Power steering fluid is non-existent. It is not locked up because I already tried it. It's a 360 engine. It's got a 340 intake on it. I don't know why, but it does. So it just is what it is. Whoa. Engine oil. It's dark, but it's there. Do it, do it, do it. We don't need oil where we're going. We also got a Coke bottle for pouring it in, I suppose. Work gloves. This must be the shop rig. It's got transmission fluid and it looks good. See right down here. Nothing in there. It's got the electric choke. Kind of dive right in. We just got to go get a battery, hook it up, see what sparks, what throws smoke, what doesn't. We're just gonna go into it. We're not gonna worry about anything. I'll be right back. All right, Moose, here we go, buddy. Yeah. Oh, you know what's funny? Oh, is I don't know if it has any fuel in it or not. We'll find out. Maybe the fuel gauge works, but that's probably not going to be the case. This is an old side post. Nothing seems to work on the inside, at least with the gauges. How about the radio? Oh, kind of. Any fuel come up? Let's go get some fuel. All right, where'd that pop bottle go, Moose? We're gonna use that. It's got a gun rack with some, looks like wood screws and a bolt. Bottoms up. Here we go, fire in the hole, hopefully, but not like a bad fire. That'll be the last one we're gonna test out on the spark here. Okay, there are wires everywhere. Well, let's see. All right, we got 12 volts at the battery. Obviously we knew that, but hey, we're just starting from step one. We got 12 volts to this thing right here, and I don't know what that is. But hey, it's got 12 volts, how about that? Pretty sure I can hear the electric choke. All right, it's day number 2. It's probably been about 3 weeks, I suppose. Got our multimeter here. When I looked in here, I found that the coil, although it was mounted in the engine bay, it was completely disconnected, nothing on the positive, nothing on the negative. I pulled out all of these from the engine bay. Basically just dead wires, big ground cable, electrical cleaner, and some sandpaper, if that gives you any idea. I tested from the white block there, that's the ballast resistor. As of the moment, we've got spark. When you've got your coil connected to your distributor, that's a hard word to say today, I'm pulling 6 volts on this. When it's not connected, I got 12 when I'm over here on the positive. And I read that if you have 6 or 7, that's about right for ballast ignitions coming through that resistor. Just kind of setting everything in place. At the moment, it's a mess. We got some 2-cycle sitting over here on the foreman. Okay, go ahead and crank it off. All right, hold up. Okay. Hold it. Crank it again. Hold up. Oh, yep. Stand by 1 second. Okay, go ahead. You guys hearing that? Go ahead.
Okay.
Hold up. Hold up 1 second. Okay, go ahead. Okay, now we've got zero idea what type of condition the plugs are in this. This has been off the road for at least 16 years, if not more. Fire in the hole. Oh, I just want to see it running with feel to it today. That would be Hey guys, good morning, good evening, good night, whatever it might be. We've got the Dodge Power Wagon sitting here. I really want to get this down the road, somebody who can enjoy it. So we've already got it to fire. We need to get it to run. We need to air up the tire. I'm going to pull it into the middle of the driveway, kind of like where you're sitting right now. And that means that I've got to get it running today so I can put a for sale sign on it and get it out of here. There we go. Turn. Going the wrong way, man. Oh yes. This line right here, it goes over to the switch, which is busted. That switch then goes to the fuel tank. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go straight from this auxiliary tank all the way over there. That's nice. Moose just jumped in. Auxiliary tank, pointing right at it. Okay, here we go. Come on, Mooser. There's our filter right down there. We're gonna go right into the auxiliary tank and see what we got in there. Oh boy. Let's go down there. Can we make it? That actually looks pretty good. Opposite way. Down. Can we go? Down. There's the bottom. It's got rocks in it, which is, those look like rocks. All right, we're gonna put gas straight down and in. We're gonna see if we got any leaks on this. Any leaks? Anything. Got any leaks down there, Moose? I don't see it either. We gotta grab a funnel real quick. Stand by. This is kind of like a lightning round, as you might see on some other channels. The auxiliary tank is gonna be active now. It's got return lines in there and all that jazz though. We'll put about, I suppose, 3 gallons in. Getting pretty serious now. See any leaks down there, Moose? Keep your eyes open, buddy. This gas cap doesn't seal up too well. There we go. So as you can see, no leaks. I think over there As long as I got it turned to the auxiliary side, I'm hoping that it doesn't recirculate through the other fuel tank. I'm planning on this running, so I'm dumping some water down the hatch with Mama's watering can. After we brought this home, it had a little bit in there. It was coolant, not water. It looked okay, but there wasn't a lot in there. I'm also planning on this thing starting on fire, so I got the fire extinguisher, and it's got a gas jug with an out-of-control fire on it. It's also got a plug with electrical fire, so this should be good. Hopefully we don't need that, but always be prepared. I'm gonna give it a crank and just see if we can get any fuel pulling up. Remember, the fire extinguisher is right up here. No fuel yet. Wish us luck, Two Stall family. No fuel yet. All right, here we go. Been cranking on it. We have 0 fuel. That's terrible. Look at this. Yuck. Let's see. Yep. Okay. Oh boy, we got anything? Been dinking around with it long enough. Yeah, that's good. Okay, I took you off of the stand here because I got an update. Look down here. You can see, I think you can see we got some fuel in there. Right here, I cracked this open. This is our auxiliary tank, of course. This runs all the way around and goes over to the side. Sorry for the sideways shot. I verified that this is on aux. You can see it says AUX right there. Coming underneath, this is gonna be a little harder for me to get under with the flat tire. Right here. This is gonna be your main tank connection, which we don't have anything in. We don't want anything to come from that. This is gonna be going up to the fuel pump, which we had deemed probably not working, but it is. And I cracked this open right here. It bled out a little bit. Then I verified that we had gas going to the aux line. This one goes right to the auxiliary tank. Fuel was coming out here. Fuel was coming out here. I didn't bother cracking this one open. So I think what was happening is that fuel pump was just airlocked. Hopefully now it's going to be able to be just fine. Hopefully it won't. If this does start and run, we got to put some power steering fluid in there. Are you ready? Where's the fire extinguisher? Right on the front bumper. Here we go. Fire in the hole. This starter is for sure getting tired. We got a carburetor issue, so let's go ahead and take it off. Okay, let's get right down to it. Let's get this taken apart. Yeah, well, this should about do it. I'm thinking we're gonna have a running truck here in just a short time. Give me fuel, give me fire, give me that which I desire. I don't know what that means exactly. Hopefully nothing bad. I'm going to dump just a little bit of fuel down it just to get it primed here. Little bits. Here we go, are you ready? Fire in the hole, fire extinguisher in the cab. See if I can just pump it here. That's sounding good. We got a vacuum leak somewhere. idling. We're gonna go. Come on. No fuel running out the overflow yet. We're idling. Where's that coming from? Okay. A little bit right there. Obviously I got to do some tuning here. But as you can see, it's idling. Nothing coming out. The return. Running though. I mean, the engine's running smooth, but barely running. Let's see what we can do here. Listen to that. Turn really good. Got some blow by. That might clear up. Let's open these up a little bit. Quarter. This was really smoky before. There was a little smoke coming out of that chimney pipe. There's not anymore. You can see that blow by right there. But looks like it might be starting to clear up a little bit. A little choppy at the moment. All right, vacuum cap going on the fuel return. And I'm putting a little clamp on that just to make sure we don't lose it. I turned the idle up a little bit. It looks like this has a new intake gasket. Did you guys see that before I did? And that's probably because it's got a 340 intake on it. It might not be new, but it was definitely new before it was parked. Closed. Fire in the hole. It's the next morning actually, and I had to take the battery out of this to put it in the Foreman. Drove the Foreman probably about 20 miles today. Did a garbage run with it, even without the new distributor cap, but we're getting to that. So the battery's gonna be charged up. I'm gonna put it in right now. Why don't I just do that while I got you guys here? And last night when I got home, I tested the alternator and it's charging at about 8% is all. So with that said, I don't want to put a new alternator into this. I don't want to put any new oil into it or a fuel filter even, without figuring out if it's going to come out of its burning oil stage. This thing has no valve noise at all. It is just as smooth as a whistle. You can barely hear it running up here. The exhaust is fine. There's no exhaust leaks that I can see. Well, with the exception of the old choke pipe. This intake's from a 340. This is a 360 engine. I don't know why they did that. I got the tire aired up. We are ready. I'm gonna drive it right over here into the driveway and I'm gonna let it sit kind of by the Jetta. That way if it starts on fire and I can't put it out, it'll just put the Jetta out of its misery as well. Might actually just dump the oil that's in it if it keeps smoking and dump some transmission fluid into it. If you guys have ever used the transmission fluid trick, if you're firing up an old rig, it's not working too well, smoking, don't be afraid to dump nothing but transmission fluid down in. Don't drive it a great distance or even, a small distance at high RPMs, but just let it sit there and run in the driveway for a while. See if it stops smoking. I let the D50 run for a good, a couple hours probably. And that was after 4 years of sitting. It started up, it was smoking. and it came back all the way. Then of course I changed the oil and I put real oil in it, engine oil. We're gonna go with the first start here this morning. We're gonna give it a couple pumps here. There we go, excuse me, Moosser. Come on, buddy. Nice and smooth. Zero smoke right now. A little bit. Full disclosure, last night I tested the alternator. I don't know if I told you guys that. I can't remember. It's charging about 8 volts. I also put it into drive. And when I put it into drive, it went into gear like it's supposed to. Put it in reverse, it went into gear like it's supposed to. So far, so good. Not a lot of smoke at startup. Engine still sounds good. This is gonna be the first time it drives under its own power. Hopefully, I don't know if it's got brakes. This doesn't work. Here's reverse. Drive. Okay. Going somewhere. How's the smoke look out there? Does it look okay? We even got brakes. Good boy. Just looking at this here, I don't have any oil pressure. I'm sure it doesn't work. No alternator, no fuel, no temp. Nothing really works in this thing. Not even the CB. Now you can see the oil. See right down here, it's got quite a bit of oil leaking out the valve cover seals. We're gonna let that burn off. There's our fire extinguisher. I can hear some ticking in on this side. Little bit every once in a while. Smoking. Well, here's where we're at. And the reason being is because we're out of gas. Couple things I'm noticing. We got this up to temp, it's just got water in it. Also, we got a really big leak on both sides of the valve covers. Filled up the power steering reservoir. I spilled everywhere because I didn't grab a funnel right away. What am I thinking? What are you thinking? So there's a little spot underneath there, but the power steering works and there were no leaks that I seen. Maybe it's gonna show just a real minuscule leak at some point in time. None of the lines here have leaks on them. Everything appears to be solid, so we're gonna see what happens with that. But what do I do about this engine and the smoking? What else we got? We got the carburetor cleaned up, idling good. It's got brakes. I just don't know where to begin on this, honestly, guys. It's smoking. I can take the valve covers off as soon as it cools off and we'll see what we got going on with that. If everything looks good there, then I guess we got to do a compression test. Tell me what you think the first step should be for this from right where we're at right now. And that's going to determine where we go with the next video. Thanks for supporting our channel. We really appreciate it. 1976 Dodge Power Wagon. Can we save the engine? It runs It drives. We didn't get to drive it because we're out of gas. I think it needs a new fuel pump just because I think that fuel pump is weak. Fuel pump, alternator, valve cover seals, antifreeze, oil filter, spark plugs, wires, and then it still burns oil. It's just not going to be a good investment. Yeah. But if we can get... Yeah! Did it smoke? It is a mess. Hey guys, welcome back. The Dodge 4x4 76, when it runs, it's got really bad blow-by. We're about to find out if today is the day that it cleans up or if it's the day that we decide that it's pretty much a parts truck only. Valve cover gaskets, fire extinguisher, sunglasses, tire pump, air breather. Hey buddy, oil. Hey, Clayton's got something. What do you got? Bring it on over here, buddy.
A bike.
Should we use this? Okay. Clayton brought us an empty bottle of spray clean. Spray away. Thank you, son. Fuel filter, oil filter. Here we go, buddy. You ready? Yep. Yeah. Wow. Yeehaw! It's a cold start. I don't know how you can really call it a cold start. It's about 90 degrees. No pumps. This thing has got some serious burning of oil going on. I'm just gonna let it warm up for just a few minutes here, and then we're gonna change on that oil for the first time in 16 years. I can see the smoke rolling past the camera. Oh yeah, can you guys see that? It's just constant. The wind's blowing kind of good, but that's not good. Alternator is not charging. So we got limited time before I got to charge that again. I'm just gonna let this run for a few minutes here. I went ahead and did replace on the fuel filter. Looks good. Fuel pump working.
Yeah, what'd you say? That's not good.
You see all the smoke coming out of that? Just gonna let it run just a little bit more, and then we're gonna change on the oil. That ought to be about enough. Just warm it up a little bit. I don't know if I want to change those valve cover seals. It's 17 bucks. Just wait and see if it comes out of the smoking. All right, so I just dropped the oil, and the oil looked good. There was no water in it, so that's positive. We're gonna pop off these valve cover gaskets. This is the Rotella T4 1540. You guys see that smoke coming out? Makes me wonder, is there an issue with the valves going on? What's happening? Reduced engine maintenance. I don't know if this thing's been maintained properly or not, because the rings are shot. It's coming off of both banks. We're gonna put 5 quarts in to start. I would say it's probably about 5.5, 6. We'll see what registers on the dipstick. All right, let's see where we're at here. We're right at, I mean, we're 90%. Good. We're gonna put this in the cab or in the back. Ready? There we go. I can't wait. I gotta fire it up and see if it clears out. We'll do the old Berryman treatment on it, see if we can get the rings to come back around. So you got a pretty gnarly valve cover gasket leak right there. The other side's leaking on the bottom as well. We should be on the full mark. We are on the full mark for the oil. All right. Now we're gonna let it run as long as it'll run on that battery, since the alternator's not charging. See if we can give you a shot here. Oh yeah. It's a heavy smoker. Cleaned up the inside. Here's what it looks like right now. It doesn't backfire or anything. What do you think?
I don't know.
You can see that there's blow-by coming out of the old choke pipe. We're gonna let it run for a while, and if it doesn't come out of it, I think I'm just gonna drive it down the road. Take it for the first drive, might be the last. Not seeing a change. I mean, well, who thinks it's gonna clear up? Who thinks it's not gonna clear up? I think it could go either way, but I'm definitely leaning towards the side of it not getting any better. It sounds way too good. Could just be bad. Okay guys, we're gonna prepare for the first drive down the gravel road. Win, lose, or die. Hopefully not die. Settle up, partners. You know, I sat in here, it's not too terribly bad. I don't know, is this open? I doubt it. Oh well. Ah, here we go. That drive? No? How's that? Park. Reverse. This thing is sloppy. Drive. Neutral. Drive. And we are in standby. There's low lock. We don't want to be in low lock, so let's go. I'm sorry. There's high lock. It is just loose. Here we go. Yeah! Oh, we got a little bit of looseness. Fixed. Huh. Oh yeah. This thing is rolling. Wonder how many gears we have in this thing. Oh boy. Whoa. A little bumpy. I hope that fire extinguisher works too, by the way. Can we get out of first gear even? I don't know if we're gonna get out of first gear here, guys. Starting to smell like oil pretty bad. Got no gauges, but that's okay. Oh my. Can we get a shift? Hey, there's a shift. Ooh, it's getting smoky in here. Is that fire extinguisher even charged up? I don't know if you guys can see this. Can you guys see that behind us? It is a cloud. Oy vey. Look at that. Well, we're gonna keep going here. Oh my goodness. Look at that thing. Can you see that out there? Like a rumba. Oh, it's not good. Hopefully this thing doesn't start on fire. Did we connect up all the spark plug cables? I think we did. So far, I mean, it's running okay, with the exception of terrible oil burning consumption. We're gonna stop here at the first mile marker and check it out. You know what? Or not, we'll just start it. We'll check it out when we get back around home. Got another 5 miles to go. See if it'll make it here. Let off the fuel and it's doing okay. Push on the fuel and it smokes. Brakes. Brakes pulled, we got them. Oil pressure gauge kind of bounces around. Oh my goodness. This thing is just smoke. It's the most tired vehicle ever. It is not good. I think we're gonna have to baby this thing the rest of the way. It's not looking good, guys and gals. We tried. It's not worth it anymore. I hope I can make it back home. I just don't know. I'm embarrassed to even meet another car. I'm gonna keep going like this. It's not smoking as bad if I don't push it. Power steering works. Nothing else works on it though. Clearly we've got oil pressure. Up there I can see that there is a truck or car driving down the gravel. Nothing coming from the engine bay. So that's good. Just going right out the exhaust. You know, there's a reason that things are parked. This is parked for 16 years. I'm bummed out, but somebody might want it. It's got a clear title. They might want to take and do something with it. We'll get rid of it for real cheap. As you can see, it's still smoking back there. This is not as efficient as an electric car, that's safe to say. Horn doesn't work. It is not okay. You guys think it's starting to smoke a little less, maybe? Or is it just preparing to burn down? Stay calm. There's cornfields all around you. Grass is green. If it starts on fire, I just gotta remember to grab the fire extinguisher and I gotta grab my phone so I can radio for help. Woof! No blinkers. Oh, hey! Look at this! Look at that! Blinkers work. What about the other one? Totally works. I mean, if it had a good motor, then I would fix the brakes, make sure the headlight and tail light work, and we would drive this thing to town. Go get some ice cream or something. Let's see how it goes here, taking off. I mean, is it getting any better, you think? Like we're either running out of oil. Maybe we're running out of oil. Can it burn through 6 quarts in a matter of 3 miles? Probably not, but just keep going here. Really like for you guys to tell us what you think we should do with this. I think we're just gonna send it down the road. We've had our fun with it, you know. We put some money into it, we changed the oil in it, we checked the compression, and it's just not where it needs to be. Are those valve stem seals bad? Probably. I only found one good cylinder out of the 8 where it didn't have a plug fouled with oil. I can't imagine taking this down the highway trying to go 65. Transmission's working, I mean, it's doing okay. We better turn our blinker on just so people can see us after they run into us through the smoke. You gotta wonder how much of that would go away if we replace the valve stem seals, but I don't think a lot of it would. I can smell it way up here. If you look up in the rearview mirror, you can see the smoke coming out. Finally, there's no smoke in the sky from the Canadian fires, but That's all changing right now as we drive down the road. Drive's pretty decent. Steering's a little loose. 1976. I mean, it almost looks like it's clearing up, guys. What do you think? Can you see that in the rear view? What do you think the chances are? We don't have enough fuel to go any farther than this. 6 miles tonight. Our brakes are definitely a concern as well. Little smoky in here. I think it's actually cleared up, guys. You see that? Transmission doesn't know which gear to go into. Probably going about 40. We're gonna find out if it's still smoking as bad as it has been. It is, it's coming right back. It's crazy, it just comes and goes, it seems like. What do you guys think? Is it clearing up? I want you guys to watch. Rev on it just a little, okay? Tell me how it goes. How was it? Did it smoke? The inside, you can see at the choke stove pipe, it's got some oil that's come out. A little bit of alternator squealage. Fuel pump's working good. We're hanging out. We'll talk to you next time on Two Stall Garage. We got more coming. Better get this thing back before it runs out of gas. Roll Tide.